So happy October, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Our session today is going to be about Seflin One Card. And if you have not done so already, please make sure that you sign in so that we can get your attendance for today's session. You could either use the link that I have put in the chat box, or you can use the QR code to sign in. This is how we will collect all your attendances throughout the year of all of our different sessions. So I will leave this up on the screen for a second or two. Again, as people are trickling in, I will copy the sign-in sheet. Again, there is the link. If you just want to press the link in the chat, please make sure that you sign in. Okay, so there is going to be quite a few of us on the meet today, this afternoon. So if you are not the one speaking or you're not asking a question, please make sure that you stay on mute so that there isn't feedback or echoing or anything like that. And then if you do have a question, feel free to press the hand on the bottom of the screen and then unmute when you are called upon to ask the questions. But right now we are joined with Rachel Perry Taylor from Seflin One Card. Thank you so much for being with us today. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let you take over the screen so that you can go ahead and get started. Welcome.
Thank you. And the obligatory, can you see my screen? Excellent. All right. Hello, and thank you to the School District of Palm Beach County for the opportunity to present Seflin One Card Library Passport to you today. I invite you all on a journey through this program with me to find out what it is, how it works, and how to provide this program at your location. I'll also be sharing some very important travel tips to help us navigate our participating library terrains. So before we set sail, let's have a show of whichever emoji currently suits your mood to find out how much you know about Seflin One Card. So emojis up for those of you that know everything there is to know about One Card. Oh, I see maybe a yeah, I'm kind of feeling that way lately too. All right, emojis up if you think One Card is some kind of credit card. Ooh, okay, I'm so happy that nobody's trying to apply for a Seflin One Card credit card. All right. And lastly, emojis up for those of you who have never heard of One Card. All right, perfect. So before we head into all the ins and outs of One Card, all right. So Seflin. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Seflin, here is an excursion that is just right for you. So Seflin Inc. is also known as Southeast Florida Library Information Network, and it was first established in 1984. It's a nonprofit 501c3 organization with a board of directors made up of member library leaders. So you may not believe it because I didn't believe it when I first started, but there's only 4 people at Seflin. It is 4 people strong. So our executive director is Brock Peoples. Our administrative services manager is Irina Galilova. Our director of staff development is Sarah Gassaway, and I am our director of library resource sharing. So my background is in both public and academic libraries. I've worked at Nova Southeastern University for 17 years and UM's Richter Library for 5 when obviously I was just born, right? So I was most recently a technical services librarian who frequently did story time. I played guitar and sang, and it was a lot of fun. Before my time at Nova, I toured the world with Shakira, John Sakata, Christian Castro, and other recording artists. And then I came back to my first love, the library. So I am always available to you in case you have any questions, would like to brainstorm about library resources, or have a good pumpkin bread recipe, or want to duet. Steer over to my online calendar scheduling tool. It's called Calendly, and you can book a chat with me. And you can find the link to my Calendly that I've placed in the chat. This is what it looks like. It looks like I'm pretty available for the next few days, so please feel free. All right. So you wouldn't believe how many times I get asked this question, but I'm always asked, what does Seflin actually do? So I finally decided to make a brochure to help us out. So let's take a quick look at this. Seflin is a multi-type library cooperative in Florida and is now one of the nation's largest MLCs with a service area of over 6 million. So the counties in our region are Broward, Martin, Miami-Dade, Monroe, and the Palm Beaches. The Seflin vision is to connect, advocate, and develop libraries and library workers. Our mission is to empower libraries to transform communities. So our services include statewide, let me go ahead and flip to our next one. So we include statewide delivery and vendor discounts, breakthrough awards, and mini grants. That's an application process, so be on the lookout for that if you're interested in that. Library consulting services and residencies this year, no one knows this yet, is going to be AI, so it's an exciting opportunity. We have pioneering continuing education. We have our Seflin annual conference, which is about to happen in October. We have cost-effective resource sharing for e-resources with Cloud Library, Overdrive, Palace, Bywater, Koha, and Aspen. Those are ILS and discovery layers, and more. And our library advocacy initiatives are very important this year. We're headed to Tallahassee and once again to Washington, D.C. to represent. We also have mobile hotspots and, of course, the Seflin One Card. Okay. Thank you for your patience as I figure out what's going on here. All right, here we go. All right, so the moment you've all been waiting for. What is a Seflin One Card library passport? So guess what? We're about to watch a video because I made it and I think it's kind of cute. I promise it is very brief. All right, so the Academy Award goes to, am I right? All right, so the Seflin One Card in library vernacular is a reciprocal borrowing agreement between participating libraries. So in this way, the libraries become one big community of accessible resources. So it's similar to document delivery via ILL, interlibrary loan, but it's cost effective. It's a cost effective alternative. So reputable reciprocal borrowing peer-reviewed journal articles cite this person, Jay Krams, maybe you've heard of this person, his work, which stated, the simplest, most effective form of resource sharing is reciprocal borrowing. There are no forms to be completed by staff, no postage and handling charges to be budgeted for or recovered, and only a fraction of the staff time required by interlibrary loans. So the costs connected with it are tiny relative to any consideration of interlibrary loan volume and cost. End of quote. So an additional benefit of the Seflin One Card Library Passport program that emerged actually during this process was that the program satisfies accreditation requirements for academic libraries. Another journal article says this, cost-effective resource sharing initiatives and consortial storage facilities will likely become ever more important to librarians and their administrators. So this is good news for us that participate in One Card. Now that we've been introduced to the Seflin One Card, let's review some steps for the savvy traveler. So number one, prepare your travel documents. All right, so when a traveler is preparing for their adventures, they must ensure they have up-to-date travel documents. Ask me how I know. So to obtain a one card, a patron accesses the self-service Google form, which can be found on the One Card website or by following the QR code on a tabletop flyer. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. You're not. Okay, hold on a second. Well, I will start sharing the next screen. Sorry, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, so this is what the form looks like. Are you able to see that just yet? Okay, there it is. So what you're looking at is my filling out of this form. So it has, please provide your email address. You can select the home library that you belong to and then your full name. And then there's the statement of acknowledgement. So once I submit this, it says, thank you for applying. You will receive a personalized digital one card. And so my email now, if you were able to see that, actually has a one card delivered to me. And this is what I would present with my identification to the one card that I am. Oh, I got one at the public library. Awesome. Happy to hear that. All right, I'm going to go back to sharing my presentation with you all. Let's see. Anyone else has gotten a one card? Should I do it for my school too? So I would actually ask Miss Kimberly if that's something that is appropriate for you, and I'll let her speak about that when we do questions. How about that? Everybody good with that? All right. So I'm going to go back to my presentation. All right. Are you all able to see that? Great. Okay. So now that we have prepared our travel documents and done all of that, before they're able to use their one card, the home library will review their registration and approve or deny the user by updating their submission with the word approve or denied on the spreadsheet. And their next step is to present their ID at the circulation desk at the visiting library. So the circulation desk will access the back end of the spreadsheet of one card registrations to verify that the patron is in good standing at their home library and is approved for one card use. So if all travel documents are in order, the visiting library will add the patron to their patron database. All right. Now that the traveler documents are all set, they need to research their destination. If they would like to visit Barry University, for example, they can look up details on the One Card website and see the library's address, the One Card contact information, and hours of operation. So all of the local attractions are also detailed right on that page. Plan your visit. So once the traveler lands on where they'd like to visit, I would encourage them to call ahead and plan their visit with the one card library. So just like you're traveling and asking important questions like, can I drink the water? What's the local currency? What is the country's main language? Is English spoken? Those kinds of things. The traveler will want to find some things out about the library that they're visiting. So let's say the traveler is interested in Holocaust resources and they read that NSU Florida has a museum. So I would recommend that that person call ahead and ask NSU's Alvin Sherman Library if there are special hours for that museum and if an appointment is needed. And you'll see that we have 14 academic libraries, 7 public libraries, and 3 special libraries. All right, another great travel tip is never pay retail abroad. So I just received this message on Saturday that my Broward County library card needs to be updated. And I noticed that a non-resident card is selling for $38. So the one card is actually free. So this is at least a $38 value. All right, so our next travel tip is find local hangs that are specific to your interests. So this little cutie is my son, Kevin. He was diagnosed on the autism spectrum when he was 2, and he became totally nonverbal. I have to tell you, the diagnosis at the time was not mainstream as it is now, and I was at a loss at how to help him, how to find people that had the same situation that I was. So I did some research, and I found a nearby college that had an early intervention center, and they had a library. So as a result of that, niche resource, my son and I were able to learn about autism. We got to make connections with other people that were also experiencing this. And I credit those early interventions to his flourishing. Now I can't get him to shut up. And I love it. It's wonderful. Each of our participating libraries has something special to offer. All right, some statistics. So as a traveler myself, I love to collect stamps on my passport. So although all the stamps right now are proverbial and statistical right now, we do have some numbers that are significant. So last year, which is not last year, but the year before, so fiscal year 2022, 2023, we had 555 one-card registrations. And this last year, 2023, 2024, the number of one-card registrations increased by 86%. And I had to do the math, I don't know how many times because I couldn't believe my eyes, but it did rise to 1043 registrations. And 70% of one-card registrations were to public library patrons. So you can see there's the academic libraries, there's special libraries, and there's school district with a 17%. So 17% of registrations were to school district patrons. We're hearing from our colleges and universities that one cards are being used for high school students in dual enrollment. And I have done some tabling events at FAU, and students are very interested in leisure activities, such as a free gallery, that they have on the second floor of NSU. And I just happen to know that because I worked there for 17 years. All right, our last travel tip. It's to get the most out of your travels. Students can take advantage of the one card to study, access specialized resources for reports, presentations, essays, to preview colleges and universities they might be interested in attending, and to participate in community, learn a love of lifelong learning, and for fun too, because all humans need these things. I know you're ready now to get your own one card, and here are the 1, 2, 3s on how to do it. All right, so number 1, the patron must be in good standing. Number 2, the patron must register using the self-serve form. Now you could do it on their behalf, but it's a lot easier if the person themselves just goes on their mobile device. People tend to prefer that anyway. Number 3, the one card is activated by the home library. So the home library is the one that types approved in the patron's registration. Number one step on how to use the one card is that the patron informs the home library of their registration. Hi, I just submitted my registration, and they know to do that from the last piece of the form that says you must now let the staff know. So number two, the library may choose to put a one card sticker on the home library card to identify the patron as a one card user, but I have not seen too many people actually using that. So, it's really up to local practices. Number three, the patron visits a participating library and is added to their database as a patron of that library. So you're able to gather your own statistics and do any kind of research that you would like to do. So please note that each participating library has their own local borrowing policies. So some are offering online resource access, but not all. Sometimes they're restricted to using the building itself and what's inside the building, but not, and to borrow materials, but not online remote use. All right, so we want to congratulate Martin County Library System on being 2023-2024 One Card Library of the Year with 319 registrations. So other top libraries include the Academic Library at Broward College Libraries, the School District of Palm Beach County, and the Special Library at St. John Vianney College, Seminary, and Graduate School. And I have good news that I just received this morning from a meeting with St. Lucie County. They are interested in participating in One Card too, so this would extend access even further up. So I'm really excited about that. All right. And the success of our One Card program would not be possible without our Seflin One Card Committee, which consists of library folks and all kinds of libraries and levels of library work. So if you have any interest in being a part of this committee, please reach out to me and I will be very happy to guide you through the easy process. And because I love a good conclusion slide, here we go. So Seflin is available to you as part of your affiliation with the School District of Palm Beach. The benefits of One Card are just like endless, right? I'm not hyperbolizing or anything. And the process to get one and issue one are easier than ever. So I now open the floor to any questions. And thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it.
Does anybody have any questions for Rachel? All right, Kimberly, you want to say anything before we continue on?
Yes, I would say one of the another benefit is not just for the students, but if you would make your teachers aware of it. We have some teachers who live outside of Palm Beach County, and it'd be much easier for them to get resources for story times or research or whatever at a library that is right across the street from their school instead of next to where they live. So that's another benefit if you let your teachers know. I did sign up teachers when I was school-based who lived outside of Palm Beach County. You probably aren't going to sign up kindergarten kids for One Card because obviously they don't drive. They can't get to any of the other libraries. So that is something that their parents would need to be involved in. I did see the comments where they were registering students 16 and up because for Palm Beach County, that's the age for an adult card, I believe. And I do have some.
Oh yeah, look at that. Nice.
I do have some stickers. And I do still have some of the Seflin One cards that because our library cards are not actual cards usually. It's part of their badge system that this is what I would give out to the teachers that I registered.
Understood. So they do receive a digital One Card, and that's what we're using now, just a presentation of the digital One Card and their ID.
Yes. So it's a lot easier now because there's no sending it to them and no paperwork.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I can't. Stephanie,
Yeah,
you
I see. Yep. Sorry. So definitely take advantage of this for you to sign up and to encourage your students. Again, this can help them throughout their educational career and so forth. It's a great opportunity to sort of be able to go in and out of all the different libraries and facilities that are open to us with this. So if there are not any other questions, I am going to go ahead and move on and close this out. We are excited about, thank you, Rachel. We
Thank
are
you.
excited about our first PD of the school year, which is with Adobe. It is on October 14th. It is worth 14 points. It is all day. However, some of you might be thinking, oh, another Adobe training. However, it's going to be completely different from what we have done so far. We're going to be learning the video creation tools, how to edit, how to do voiceovers, how to add music and add characters and add text, and just sort of take our video knowledge from the ground all the way up to the ceiling to sort of encourage us to create more videos, student based, not only for our news shows, but for the Jim Harbin Film Festival. We are trying to get a larger number of participants this year in submissions. So please join us. It's going to be a great day of not only learning, but creating and making film and little videos with all the participants that are there. We also have our November 5th PD up and live and going in ELM. This one is in collaboration with our social studies team for secondary teachers in middle school and high school. And it's sort of how to take social studies and create a collaboration between the classroom curriculum standards and the media center and the media specialists. Again, this is also going to be a fabulous day of learning and collaboration, and we encourage the media specialists to also invite your social studies teachers with every subject, because it's going to be a day of learning together and really diving deep into the social studies standards. For our elementary schools, we do have Read for the Record coming up in about 2 weeks. Remember that Friday is the last day to sign up if you want guest readers. The readers are coming from the Literacy Coalition. They will call you and set everything up. All we are here for is to help bridge the connection between you two. And once you sign up, they will take it from there and then call you and organize the volunteers. We do not have any control on how many are sent or the timing of it. But if you want help getting some guest volunteers to read for your school, please make sure that you fill out the form that was sent to you via email. And then if you want to learn more about what you can do with the book this year is Piper Chen Sings. And there's a lot of great activities that involve butterflies and things like that can also be incorporated into science and other different standards. Don't forget to be tagging us and all the wonderful things that you are doing this year. We are seeing some really great things on X, which was formerly Twitter. So make sure that you add us, you tag us, and also tag the school district and use the hashtag Love My Library, Palm Beach County School District. The upper leadership does watch and look at these as well. If you have not done so, please make sure to join Emma. Emma is our advocacy group for the school-based media specialists. Not only do they do that, but there are fun and great get-togethers and meetings, and just a way for all the media specialists to talk to each other and work together in creating great school-based programs. If you need points for your certification, remember that Topical Tuesday is sort of like our PLC for the school year. All the accumulating sessions are going to result into 20 points for you. So if you do need points this year, please make sure that you register in ELM. It is active, and you're going to have one accumulating assignment at the end that's going to you'll upload it at the end of the school year that will encompass all sessions. Our next session is going to be on October 15th. This is a big one. A lot of people, do ask about this, but we're going to be going over grant proposals and sort of best practices, where to look for them, how to write them. It's going to be a great session for all levels, especially if you need money. And I'm sure all of us need some extra money for our media centers. So we're going to say goodbye, but we will stay on here for a couple more minutes just in case you have any questions for the good of the order. But otherwise, thank you everybody for joining us today. I will go ahead and stop recording and we will see you next time. Thank you for coming.